In 1954, a United States Senate subcommittee held hearings on whether comic books were turning the nation's children into criminals. Witnesses described a 10-cent pamphlet so dangerous, they claimed, it could make a boy a thief, a girl a liar, and both of them illiterate. The publisher of EC Comics, William Gaines, took the stand in a dark suit and tried to defend his horror titles. He failed. Within months, the industry would be gutted. But to understand how comic books got that powerful, you have to go back 60 years earlier, to a war fought with newspapers, not guns. In the 1890s, Joseph Pulitzer and William Randolph Hearst were locked in a circulation war over New York City. Both wanted the city's thousands of new immigrants, many of whom couldn't read English, to buy their papers. Their solution was a Sunday color comics section, no words needed, just a bald kid in a bright yellow nightshirt, getting into slapstick trouble. They called him the Yellow Kid. He was a sensation. Imitators sprang up. Soon every paper had a funny pages. But the Yellow Kid wasn't a comic book. He was a newspaper strip. The comic book itself was born almost by accident in 1934, when a salesman named Max Gaines, no relation to William, realized that if you stapled a bunch of newspaper reprints together and put a cardboard cover on it, you could sell it for a dime. He called it Famous Funnies, and it flew off newsstands. Publishers scrambled to copy the format. They stopped reprinting old strips and started making new material. Adventure, romance, horror. And then in 1938, two young men from Cleveland, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, sold a character they'd been peddling for years. A muscular alien from a dying planet, dressed in blue tights and a red cape, who could lift cars and stop bullets. Action Comics. 1/1 introduced Superman. Sales exploded. Within a year, the newsstands were flooded with costumed heroes. Batman in 1939, Wonder Woman in 1941, Captain America punching Hitler on the cover before the US even entered the war. Kids weren't just reading, they were hoarding. By 1943, comic book sales hit 25 million copies a month. The military printed special editions to teach soldiers how to maintain a rifle. Then the war ended, and anxiety replaced patriotism. Parents, teachers, and clergy started asking, what are these children actually reading? Enter Dr. Fredric Wertham, a respected psychiatrist who spent a decade examining juvenile delinquents. He claimed their cells were stacked with crime comics. In 1954, he published Seduction of the Innocent, a book that blamed comics for everything from poor eyesight to homosexuality. The Senate called hearings. Publishers, terrified of government regulation, created the Comics Code Authority, a censorship board so strict that the word terror was banned from covers, and even a vampire had to be depicted as a tragic victim. The industry shrank by 75% almost overnight. But what happened next was unexpected. The code choked mainstream comics, but it couldn't reach the underground. In the 1960s, artists like Robert Crumb began publishing what they called comix, black and white pamphlets sold in head shops, full of politics, sex, and satire. They proved the form could handle adult ideas. By the 1980s, the code had relaxed enough for Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons to publish Watchmen, a superhero story about nuclear war that made the cover of Time. And Art Spiegelman's Maus, a Holocaust memoir drawn with mice and cats, won a Pulitzer Prize. The 10-cent pamphlet critics called a national disgrace had become a Pulitzer-winning art form. And today, those same characters, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, generated over $4 billion at the box office last year alone. It all started with a bald kid in a yellow nightshirt and a war fought with funny pages. If you found that story as weird and wonderful as I do, subscribe. There's more of it coming.